everyone, and welcome back to our channel.
Hey!
In the last video, I let you guys know that I would be introducing my husband, and here he is. This is Scott. He's been the editor for the entire lifetime of this channel, and now you get to be on the other side of the camera.
It's where I shine.
How's it feel?
It's pretty good. Pretty good, you know what I mean?
You get to see a lot more of him in the upcoming videos. The next video we're going to be posting is the purchasing of the school bus and the first couple of demo days that we've got, and Scott did most of the work. So
yeah, it's a lot of pulling out chairs and pulling cushions off of chairs.
But before we get into all that, we wanted to share with you guys today why we decided to buy a school bus. We have a couple of key reasons why we decided to buy a school bus before we get into all the details on how we bought it and how we chose which school bus we went with.
So the first reason that we bought it was because we really want to travel. We want to be able to go around the country and see our friends and family. The goal is to be a roaming bus.
Lots of our friends and family live all around the United States, so we want to be able to visit as many of them as possible and let our kids get to meet all of our peeps. So the second reason why we decided to go with tiny living is to have some financial freedom. This is going to be like post-build, because right now we're just trying to find the money to build the bus. But after the bus is built, we will have how do you word that?
Such fewer bills.
Such fewer bills.
Much less bills.
Much less rent money, utility bills. We live on the West Coast where living expenses are very, very high. And so it feels like we have been just like our whole marriage treading water.
I'm drowning! Oh God, I'm drowning! What the?
Trying to just, you know, pay the bills. And living in a tiny space of any kind lends itself to having less expenses. So that's a really big reason why we decided to go tiny.
Yeah. The thought of having to put so much money down to buy a house out here, the housing market in where we live is ridiculous because, you know, we'd never be able to afford one out here. So skoolie, we'll have our own house, and we can essentially, the skoolie idea is so cool because you get to start with just a base, you know, wire frame, and you can build it out and do whatever you want to it. And so you can have as much nice stuff in there, or, you know, at your own personal touch, and you know that you did it. So that's, you know, an added bonus is that we'll know that we made this thing together and it wasn't anybody else. It was something we did.
Yeah. One of the other ways that we want to use this bus, though, is to bless others with the blessing of the school bus through service projects, maybe through different avenues.
We got a lot of people around that we know, and so we figured that as we travel and as we grow our following, if there are people that you know of that need help, or, you know, just somebody to orchestrate a big work party with a bunch of hands that we can all come together and unify and, you know, rally and help somebody out, I think that'd be a lot of fun, because there's always somebody who needs something, and we may not know how to do a lot of stuff, but we have the energy and we've got the, you know, enthusiasm, brute strength, good looks to pull it off. So you know, if we can sort of crowdsource helping projects, you know, for all the old widows and the orphans out there, just people that need help, that could use some extra help. You
can probably tell that all of these ideas are very fluid right now, and what we are going to do as a couple is to kind of try and hash out this idea that we have of serving. Is that all going to be picked up? Oh, it's coming through there.
Yeah.
Okay, BT does.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
I'm back with the baby, and I wanted to share that you can probably tell that last thought that we shared before Romilly joined us is still a very fluid thought, this whole serving other people all around the United States. And that's because we haven't flushed it out yet. We haven't flushed it? We haven't flushed out that idea yet. And so what we're going to do this week as a couple is we're going to do just that. We're going to try and hone in on the idea that we have with this service-oriented school bus and create
a game plan.
Yeah, a game plan, or like a vision or a mission statement for the bus itself.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and we're going to, whatever we come up with and the process that we use, we're going to share it with you in the next video. So that way, if you have an idea but you haven't really solidified it yet, you can go through the same process yourself and come up with a mission statement for your own dream. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button.
Give a like.
Give a like. You can see
Subscribe
more.
for the baby.
Subscribe for the baby.
She'd like you to. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
So we can talk about the fun stuff of the bus now.
Yes. What kind of bus did we get?
We got a big bus.
38 foot.
38-foot Bluebird International. She's a Allison transmission. I don't know how big the engine is. It's an engine. It moves the thing. It's a pusher, so it's got the junk in the trunk. Yes. And
we decided to go through a private party instead of an auction, which most people seem to choose.
Yeah.
The auction, which doing it through auction is totally fine. It just, we had been watching the auction yards or whatever you call it for a long time.
and buses tend to go up in price really quickly.
And you just don't know what you're getting because most of the time it's from far away, and so you're making a very big purchase.
Blind buying it.
Yeah, blind buying with just pictures and a couple of details. And the way that we decided to go through, I think it was Facebook Marketplace that ended up being the one that worked out.
Yeah.
We didn't know the buyer personally, but we were able to get to know the buyer. They were so generous in the whole process. They taught us, how to, all the things with the bus, how to drive the bus, how to check the engine.
They drove it out to us too.
They did.
They delivered it to our doorstep.
Yeah, they did.
And usually what you see, we watch skoolie videos all the time, and it seems like people usually have to travel pretty far to pick up a good bus. So we took this as a very big blessing from God, honestly, that everything just kind of worked out so well.
We found the exact bus we wanted too. It was the exact size, the exact engine location,
transmission, all that stuff. And so that's one of the reasons that we're doing it, is because it seems like now is as good a time as any to trust in God and to trust that He's got a plan for us and that it's working. And so buying the bus seemed like a big kind of leap of faith move for us, which is something that I think is important. And it's one of those things that's going to help us, grow as people.
So that is why we decided to buy a school bus and which school bus we decided to buy. Until next time, remember, we are super proud of you. Keep doing the hard things, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.